Hello, welcome to You Haven't Blanked That. I'm Forrest.
And this is Jimmy.
Hey, Jimmy.
Hey, Forrest.
How's it going?
That's pretty good.
All right, well, this week we watched Nobody for Father's Day.
Shit, I saw House instead.
Oh, did you? But we watched this as our Father's Day movie.
Okay. This is a movie
It is a movie.
that we watched.
Oh, you didn't like this movie.
Okay, let's see. Hutch Mansell fails to defend himself or his family when two thieves break into a suburban home one night. The aftermath of the incident soon strikes a match to his long shimmering rage. That's a weird sentence.
Yeah.
In the barrage of fists, gunfire, and squealing tires, Hutch must now save his wife and son from the dangerous adversaries and ensure that he will never be underestimated again. So, this just seemed like an Edgar Wright movie.
You felt like an Edgar Wright movie?
Did it feel like it?
A little bit because of the Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah, and it was just constant and like just a lot of that beginning transitions. And in my head, it's like, how else can you convey that really quickly without making?
And it does it well.
And I'm like, it makes sense. Like I get it, but it just seems like such a
Edgar Wright way to do that.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, cool, I get it. Like, I mean, I liked it, but it was like it just seems so because everything else in the movie doesn't seem that way.
No, you're right. It doesn't.
So I was like, okay, cool. Because when I see that, I expect that peppered in through the film, and that's the only time it was ever used.
I like this movie a lot, dude. I fucking love this movie. You didn't like it?
Oh, dude. How many times do I have to tell people, just because people are auditors doesn't mean we automatically know how to shoot guns and fucking kill Russian pieces of shits.
That's my favorite thing about all these John Wick movies and this movie is that it's always Russians.
Yeah.
It's like 100% always Russians.
Overall, no, I liked it. I thought it was a good movie. It was fun. It was really, really fun. There's a few things that I was kind of like, okay. Seeing Doc Brown.
I thought that was fun.
It was great. But seeing Doc Brown actually try to run around.
And shoot things?
Was like, I didn't need to see him actually move, like run. Because then it has like that Picard, like, trope.
That you're talking about.
Or Jean-Luc Picard trying to like be an old man and action hero. But like they can't move as quickly anymore. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like, okay. Which is the same type of thing that happens in Obi-Wan. We're like...
Oh, we didn't even talk about that. I forgot.
But with Obi-Wan, Leia, those scamp is running around everywhere. How many times do you see those adults like run full speed and then just kind of slow it down like, oh, Leia, you're so fast. And she gets away. I'm like, what are you doing here? Or how about like when like the younglings at the Jedi Temple were like, what are we doing now? We run. And then they just fucking grab each other's hands and they just quickly walk away.
They Red Rover and quickly walk away.
Yeah, I'm like, what are you doing?
They're just gonna click,
exactly.
Click.
Yeah.
I mean, essentially,
those kids would be dead.
Essentially,
yeah.
They do.
Oh, they all die. There's a new Star Wars movie, by the way, or game. Did you see about that?
It's gonna come out next year, but yeah, you can go get Fallen Order and play it. The first one.
Oh, okay. This one's the Jedi.
This is the second part of that game.
It's called Jedi Runaway?
Yes, so this is the second part of those games.
Jedi...
There's a game before it called Fallen Order. That's why I said, oh, you should go get Fallen Order. It's about 2 or 3 years old.
Jedi Hide and Seek?
It's essentially what he's doing. No, because...
Found you!
No, because he's doing that. It's this guy. It's a Jedi that's running from people, and it's an interesting game. They're fun.
What did you think of Obi-Wan?
I guess we'll talk about it here. Sure. I like the curveball.
Terrible.
You didn't like it?
Go ahead.
You didn't like it, really?
No, I did like it.
Oh, but they threw that curveball where you think the show's gonna be about Luke, and they fucking just throw Leia in there.
Oh yeah, I liked it. I was like, this is better. Because nothing happens to Luke. You know what I mean? Like, we already know Luke.
Yeah, and when you think about it, though, they wouldn't run into each other.
Yeah.
They don't run into each other after this.
Yeah.
At whatever wacky adventure they're gonna go on, they're gonna, you know what I mean? It makes sense why she's so resourceful. I mean, it sets up all that shit in Star Wars of the type of person that she is.
Yeah, and then Luke is just oblivious of what's going on, and then the fact that Owen doesn't want Obi-Wan or crazy old Ben Kenobi around. You know what I mean? But like it all makes sense.
That first scene though, where they go into that bar, was 100% Inglourious Bastards. Also,
oh, the Inquisitor,
the Inquisitor, and he's like the Jedi
cannot help themselves.
And I'm just like,
oh,
I'm just like, oh, it's the Jedi Hunter.
Yeah, no, that was dope, especially when like he throws that knife and it just stops in midair, and you're like, oh shit. There's the Jedi! And then you fucking string them up. But I was kind of
they don't string them up right away. They get them, but it takes some time. Because that guy goes to talk to Obi-Wan, and Obi-Wan's like, who, what?
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah.
Who's Obi-Wan?
Oh, man.
Who's high pitch? I know it's you, Obi-Wan. Who's Obi-Wan?
Oh man, no, but it's good.
No, I dig it. Yeah, I'm like, oh, they just fucking curveball that fucking show. They did that was so good. I was like, oh.
I was kind of worried when they were going to show Obi-Wan using the Force, because you know he was going to use the Force, but when he stops Leia from like falling and bashing her skull on that hard ground, you see him straining for it. I mean, it's like, okay, cool. It's not like boom, just like, because like you always see the Force and like it's
you
always
like
see him like very quick, confident.
Because he hasn't used it in years.
10 years.
Yeah, I mean in 10 years.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think where we are on that. But I'm kind of interested in watching from like, because you can essentially do from episode 3. It would be episode 3. Then I think it would be this, and it would probably be episode 3 this. Then you watch Han Solo. Then you watch Rogue One, and then you go into Star Wars.
Yeah,
like that's how you'd watch. That's how that whole thing would play out.
It's funny too because as I was watching the show,
then Star Wars Christmas special.
Yeah, obviously.
Because they have a movie before Empire Strikes Back.
It's Life Day!
Because they have a movie before Empire Strikes Back that sets up Empire Strikes Back. It's called the Star Wars Christmas special.
You see Boba Fett for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
You see Chewie's creepy
grandpa jacking off
in the
living room of the house.
Dude, that was so dirty. Like, I don't know why he thought it would be okay.
I don't know why the people who made that thought it would be okay.
Yeah. Grandpa watching. But you know what? They also kind of hint at stuff like that, too, in Rugrats. Remember when Grandpa
was watching porn? Yeah.
His space titty porn.
His space titties. Let's go back to Nobody, though, because that's what we're watching now.
Oh, yeah. Nobody. I forgot.
So, yeah.
When I saw it, I'm like... When the break-in happens, right?
Mm-hmm.
You see the monotony of his life and how boring it is and whatever. And then, like, the break-in happens. And you're like, okay, cool. Like, what's going to happen? And he grabs the... Like, he seems like he's in control and he's going to take care of everything. The moment until his son tackles... The guy.
Everything was under control.
And then it was like he saw the gun and he pointed at the gun. And then in my head, it's like, yeah, dude, you swing that golf club and they shoot, there is a high chance that your son's going to get that bullet, too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, like, he's pointing right at it. Especially with that type of gun, if the slightest little pressure on that trigger will just let it go.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, cool. Like, I get why you didn't swing, and you're like, just let it go.
And then you get to the end of the part where he's like, oh, it was empty.
Yeah, and then you're like, and then you see him calculate it, and then you're like, who the fuck is this dude? You know what I mean? But like, they played it off so well. Like this whole like ex-FBI fucking special guy. Like,
yeah,
dude, it was fucking. It's a
well,
legit movie.
like the brother-in-law and the dad-in-law are just like, yeah, fuck this guy. They're ducking all that mad shit on him.
Yeah,
like he's just like, I'm gonna fucking buy your shit, and then like the brother-in-law's like, what the fuck you talking? And then he just like pops him in the mouth.
Oh, he hits him in the belly.
Oh,
He tells him, breathe, 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 and he sits him down. And he's like, okay, cool. He
Yeah.
goes, what about me? I don't give a shit about you.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck yeah.
And then he has RZA.
Oh, yeah.
RZA's his buddy.
But, like, what was interesting, too, is, like, even that fight scene that happens in the bus, like, I like that dialogue, too. It's like, when one door closes, another door opens, and then, like, you see the Russians walk into the bus, and they're begging to open up the door. He goes, and the
give
door...
me the fucking kitty cat bracelet.
Yeah. Yeah, first grade, too. That part was perfect. But then when they're banging on the door of the bus, and he goes, please open that door. And then, like, they open the door, and that shit starts happening.
Yeah.
And then,
that's
like,
a fun fight scene, too.
dude, that's a rough scene, too. And the thing, too, it's like, it's not like where he's, like, the badass who's, like, could take everybody out and a subject. Like, he gets stung the fuck out and stabbed a couple times, you know what I mean? And, like, he grits himself back up and just kind of goes right back to it. But I like that whole thing where, like...
At the end?
The Russian, where he hits him in the throat, collapses his throat, and he's like, fuck.
And he makes the trach?
Trach, and he's like, there you go. And then you find out, like... But the Russian guy, like, I love that guy. The moment where he's like, who does this to my brother, blah, 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 blah. And as he's walking up, he just grabs a chair. And you're like, why'd you grab a chair? And then, like, he walks in to see, like, all the beat up, like, crew. And he throws the fucking chair in his goddamn face. Literally smacks him right in the face. And then he picks up that chair and still beats him more. I'm like, dude.
Well, it's almost like the scene in the first John Wick. Where they're all like, who's this motherfucker who beat my kid?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, it's John Wick.
Yeah.
And everybody just hangs up the phone and just stops.
Oh, yeah.
And they're all like, all right, well, I guess we have to take care of John Wick now.
Yeah.
and everybody's like, fuck.
Because you get that scene where he's hunting the two burglars, which he finds right away, which obviously he would have.
I like that, the way he does it too, because he goes to that tattoo parlor. That whole scene in the tattoo shop was good, too.
And then
that guy's all, fuck you, and he sees this thing and goes, oh, I'm going to go in here.
Thank you for your services. And then you hear all the fucking locks, click, 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 and then he just closes the door, shink. Like, yeah, that was fucking rad.
No, I like that.
Yeah, no, like, there's not much to complain about this movie. Like, I thought it was great. The visuals alone were dope. The entrance to the main bad guy was cool. Where he gets out of the car. He gets out of the car, and then you kind of like Goodfellas, and you follow him straight into the club. But instead of going to the back door, he goes right through the main door.
Yeah.
And then, like, he grabs he takes off his coat and hands it to somebody else, grabs his drink and just shoots it, and then he turns another corner, there's somebody there with his Coke, and he's like, thank you, and he takes his bump, and literally walks on stage still closing his Coke bottle and putting it in his pocket, and just joins into the dancing and just singing.
Yeah.
Like, dude, this guy's a fucking badass.
How many of the John Wick movies have you seen?
Just one.
You've only seen one?
Yeah.
You haven't seen 2 or 3?
Uh-uh.
Those are fun too. We should probably finish those up. Have you finished those?
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, it's one of those where it's like, I know I need to see them. I know they're probably going to be
they're
good.
Fun.
But,
you know, they are thin on story. Like,
I feel like this was kind of thin in story too.
But, you know,
but this is perfect.
But it's fun.
I wanted nothing more than this, because, like, this is perfect.
It's thin. Yeah, it's, you know, it's okay that I'm okay with it being a little thin on story if it's going to be fun. Like, it's fun to watch. Like, if I told you John Wick kills a man with a horse, how do you assume he kills a man with a horse?
Galloping?
I'm not going to tell you how he kills a man with a horse.
Okay, now I want to see this movie.
This is John Wick 3, so you got some time.
Okay.
You got a couple of things you got to get to. He kills a guy with a book. Yeah, I mean, like, they just kind of use it around.
They're just fun movies.
Oh, he's, like, doing skids on cars in the beginning of 2, and he's killing people with the car that he's driving.
Okay.
I think he gets his car back at the end, I think, right? Of 1?
I think so.
Yeah. He's killing people with his car and, like, doing burnouts and skidding on people and stuff. It's almost like watching that part in Venture Brothers, but without the blood on the windshield.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, no, like, this movie, like, it had a lot of cool visual scenes to it. It looked really good. Oh, oh no, sorry. There's another movie I watched.
What's that?
Um, Werewolf of Snow Hill.
What did you think of that?
Oh, okay, I love everything about that movie except for one character,
Which one?
Jimmy Tatro. I used to thought he was funny on Vines and on like YouTube when he did his like comedy stuff.
Is that the main guy?
No, he's like he's the dumb boyfriend. Who's,
yeah.
Yeah. Who's the guy's like drops like he was like, yeah, you dumb faggot, and he goes, hey, I don't like you when people say that word. Just keep it down. We're having our dinner. And he was like, okay, but then like whatever. But like that movie.
That's a good fucking movie.
It's a great movie.
And you don't know what the fuck it is. Like,
you don't know what it is.
Like,
you like, and then you believe in like at the werewolf, and then you're like, is it the werewolf? I'm not saying it in case people haven't seen it, but like, dude, that ending, I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
He has another movie called Thunder Road, and he's kind of the same character.
Dude, this is a great movie because you get a guy who's already an alcoholic, recovering, dealing with all this stress, dealing with like his daughter and dealing with like the police station and all this like whatever, and his dad and not wanting to give up his bullshit and all this. Dude, I fucking love that movie.
Such a good movie.
Such a great movie.
Of Snow Hollow, Wolf of Snow Hollow.
Yeah, there you go.
Werewolf of Snow Hollow. Yeah.
So good. Like I was hoping you haven't seen it so we could blank it, but like
no, I watched that months back.
Yeah, it kind of has like that Stephen King, like that Cycle of the Werewolf kind of a vibe to it too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it did feel very much like Cycle of the Werewolf, not in a bad way.
No, not in a bad way at all, but like
because it's its own thing.
Yeah, but
and that was
ending though. Woo! Like I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
That was Robert Forster's last movie.
Oh, dude, like this is such a fucking epic movie. But yeah, no, this one like I liked it. I thought it was fun.
Yeah, I like these guys' movies. They're a lot of fun. They're always like
it was like the thing is like all of it was cool. How the wife kind of handled it. Like obviously she knew who Hutch was before the situation, but didn't know what was going on. But you could tell like it was a loveless marriage, and it's because she kind of liked that excitement, and it's gone.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, okay, cool. Like, well, like what's really happening here? But like this one, like I like how the ending's very much like, oh, there's gonna be a part 2 because we need that fucking basement. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Although they're working on a part 2.
Oh, I think cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I know they're working. I know they're writing the script's at least been written.
But I loved the just like it has a very John Wick essence to it.
It's the same guy. It's the guy who wrote this wrote John Wick. It's
okay.
The same. It's and there's nods because it's 2 different studios because this is Universal and John Wick is Lionsgate.
Okay.
So there's nods that it's all in the same universe, but they can't say out. I mean Russians, essentially.
Yeah, but like with this one, it was like kind of like I don't know, like it was like how they explain like the auditor situation. Like, oh, I was an auditor in the military. And they're like, oh, cool. And then like the wife's like, why don't you ask my brother? He was a real soldier. And she goes, I'm sorry, not like I didn't mean no offense. And he's like, no, I'm taking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, but it's also one of those where it's like, as an auditor, like, what does that mean? Like, and then when he explains it, he goes like, yeah, I'm the person that comes in, who's like the last person you want to see, which is the auditor, which is making like everything go away. And I'm like, dude, like that's fucking dope. Like it's such a cool name, such a cool like.
Well, and it kind of builds on like all the people that they have in the John Wick movies. Because when you get if you like world building, watch those John Wick movies. Do so good on world building. Even in the first one, they have those guys that come and clean up his house.
Yeah.
You know, there's more people that are like that.
And then they got the coin system.
They got the coin system. They got the hotel.
Yeah.
You know, there's all this stuff that they world build so fucking well, and he's good at world building. The story, as thin as the story is, because it's an action movie.
Because you don't like honestly, if there was actually a story in this thing, it would just take away from the movie.
Yeah.
Because like you need it to be that thin to have that much action, like so.
Yeah.
But it's not enough where it's like, what the fuck am I watching? Like the story's there, but like,
it's a basic story, but
you don't need it.
And that's been my thing. It was like it doesn't matter. There's only like 13 different types of story.
Yeah.
It's how you show it, how you do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but my only issue with the movie,
Stranger Things 4, leans heavy into Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh.
Not in a bad way.
I was wondering what they were going to lean on because normally they lean on certain like topics, like the
it's more
MK Ultra thing, like.
It's more horror than it is science fiction this time around. So far, anyway. And this is like one of the only shows that I binge. Like I will finish it in a weekend.
I'll probably start watching it as soon as we're done here.
But I like it. It leans into
My own thing is I kind of last season I feel like it was rushed.
You're not wrong.
Sorry. Yeah, it was rushed. So just the story kind of seemed
this
whatever.
season's much better than last season was.
That's why if it's kind of same choppiness to it, I'm probably not a fan. But
I like this season.
But I feel like they
so
had
far.
time to actually work on.
I would say
season 2 was.
I would say so far, and now mind you, this whole season they're only doing up to like half. They're only doing up to chapter 7, and then you'll see the other 2 chapters in July. But I think they're making them into like one big like 4-hour thing, and then there's one more season after this. So, but I would say
they're doing another season.
They're doing one more season after this.
I figured this would be the fucking okay. We're done.
I don't know where they're gonna go.
Do?
I don't know where they're gonna go from here. Like honestly,
because even now, like the fandom it's been dying out. You know what I mean?
You know, the first season I liked. Second season, they need to kill somebody big off for me in this. Well,
my thing is just like they ride so heavy
and not Hopper. Like I knew they like this is what I don't like about the internet now.
Well, I found out that Harper is actually part of the MCU.
I know. Did you just watch Black Widow?
I did watch it.
Okay.
How good is that movie?
It's fun. I like that one too.
People said it was shit, but I liked it.
I was okay with it.
Yeah.
But no, like you don't. I don't. The reason why I don't like the internet is because people are leaking
ugly
shit.
Sonic.
Well, because ugly Sonic, but no, because people leak shit all the time, and like I don't need to know. I don't want to know contracts. I don't want to know because if you know contracts, then you're not going to be shocked.
Yeah, that's how it was with Doctor Strange. I knew story beats. I knew contracts deals. I knew what was going to happen. I knew secret talks. That it's like I knew John Krasinski was going to be Reed Richards like 3 years ago. Like, it takes away that, whoa, excitement from the actual movie itself. And then, like, I get, like, these, like, sites or these YouTubers make their money off of, like,
but it's
videos.
like,
but at the same time, it's like, I don't need you hyping me up on an idea of what you might think is going to happen. That when I see the movie, it's not that. And then, to me, it's garbage. And I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah. It's not garbage. It's just not what I expected.
Yeah, like, well, who the fuck else were they going to get to be? Fuck, Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah, but I know what you mean, but at the same time, like if you know people's contract deals, you know exactly.
That's what I'm saying. Like, don't tell me they're. I don't want to know how many movies they got left on their contract.
Yeah, so
because if I know they have another movie left on their contract, then they're not gonna fucking die in this.
Yeah, like I'm so excited about Thor and this Love and Thunder.
Yeah, Emily likes the third Thor movie.
Because in this one we get to see Venus. That's Thor's penis in this movie. Where Zeus zaps away his clothes and you see Thor's butt cheeks. But you see, are you Googling it? Yeah.
No.
But there was a meme that went out that made me laugh. It was Thor and Hulk and they were talking, and the Hulk's it's funny because I could stand up and show my ass crack and nobody cares, and they show the whole thing, but they show your trailer and they blow your butt, because
yeah. Yeah, no, I'm excited for it. But
I didn't. Sorry, COVID. I didn't want to see. I didn't want to see what Christian Bale was going to look like as Gore. I don't want to see any of it. I don't mind. But of course, I saw it, and I'm like, all right, cool.
I don't mind seeing a flash of a picture. You know what I mean? I'm okay seeing what they'll look like.
Yeah. I
don't want to know any more than what they're going to look like.
Yeah.
I don't need to know. I'm excited for the Ms. Marvel show.
Yeah. Well, me too. But also, I heard with Doctor Strange, there was this one YouTuber that was completely convinced they were going to go to the Evil Dead universe, and they were going to because it was that's why they have Bruce Campbell in it, and then Sam Raimi's in it, so they're going to have this whole big old thing, and then they're talking about the curse book. And all this other stuff, and then how they're gonna pop through the universes. One of them was gonna be the Evil Dead universe, and then they'll pop back out of it. And then I was thinking, oh, but he did such a good job talking about it. He convinced me that's what was gonna happen. And then I'm like, dude, the whole thing it pissed me off.
report. Well, we ask a question each week.
Sammy Davis Jr.?
Yeah, I mean, how do you lose that eye? Who would Corey Feldman play?
Who would Corey play? Because I don't want him to be...
You want him to be that kid?
I want him to play the kid. Yeah, that'd be good.
Like actually, Burbs era.
Yeah. That'd actually be good. And actually, to see him doing it and him whining and bitching about letting go of the guy. And then him being more of a shittier kid to the dad. Like, that'd be good.
Yeah.
That would throw another, like, pepper into, like, that spice of, like, that family dynamic.
Yeah.
And then as for the Fell Dog, I want him to be the Russian's brother.
Oh, yeah, the one who has the fucking...
Yeah.
Throat, yeah.
That'd be fucking... Like, because other than that, like, I liked everybody else in the movie.
So, yeah. I'm working on something and I had to watch The Breakfast Club. And so Lisa watched The Breakfast Club for the first time.
Oh, what?
I didn't know she hadn't seen it.
What'd she think?
She liked it. She's like, oh my God. Like, she's like reacting to it. And I'm sorry, is this your first time watching The Breakfast Club? And she goes, yeah. And I'm like, really? And she's like, yeah, I've never seen it before. And I'm like,
wow.
Ever? And I'm like, I used to watch it because it used to be on TBS all the time.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
So I used to watch that whenever it was on.
Yeah,
so
16 Candles is my favorite fucking movie ever.
That's your favorite movie ever?
Yeah, I love that movie. Has she seen that movie?
Yeah, I made her watch that a while back.
Okay, cool.
But I don't know if she's seen I don't know if she's seen Weird Science. I don't know if she's seen I don't know if she's
Weird
seen
Science is weird too, because when you watch it, you get that weird Nazi scene in the middle of the zombie Nazi scene that comes out of nowhere. Do you know what I'm talking about? Where they're having a party, and then, like, his brother Chuck is upstairs or whatever. Ched. And then, like, they come in.
Chet with the T, not with the D.
Chet. And then when they come in, like, it's those guys with the spiked helmets.
No, they're just bikers. Yeah, bikers come in, and it's Chunk and...
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
do you know Chet is also in the party scene? Like, after he's, like...
First off, do you know who plays Chet?
Yeah, the fucking...
Bill Paxton.
Yeah, from
Game Over.
Aliens 2.
It's so funny because I think those are like months apart.
Really? I didn't know that.
Well, when does Aliens 2 come out? When does Aliens come out? Like 85, 86, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Weird Science comes out... I think it came out in 85 or 86.
So I know he got super claustrophobic being in the shit costume, that they end up getting, like, I think, a little person to go inside. And
probably.
Then, yeah.
I watched the Tom Cruise War of the Worlds.
And no, it wasn't Willow.
It wasn't Willow. I watched the Tom Cruise
War
of the Worlds.
Oh, do you know that they're making a brand new Willow?
Yeah, like months ago I learned about this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I watched War of the Worlds.
Okay. Which one?
The Tom Cruise one.
Okay. Yeah.
I liked it.
Have you ever seen it before?
No.
Okay.
No,
It's not bad.
No, I enjoyed it. I like, fucking...
Orson Welles.
Well, not... Orson Welles didn't write that. H.G. Wells did.
No.
Orson Welles did the radio thing of it and scared everybody. But yes.
Yeah, you're right.
I read another Fletch book, Fletch 2.
Okay.
Not my favorite Fletch book.
Fletch 2, Electric Boogaloo?
No, it's Fletch, T-O-O. Because he goes to find his dad in Nairobi. It's okay. I love the first book. I like the book before Fletch because they're all out of order. Like he wrote like 3 books for like Fletch, and then there's Confess Fletch, which is the movie they're making right now.
Oh, okay.
It's John Hamm as Fletch.
Oh, dude, that'd be rad.
It's got a really good cast. Kyle MacLachlan's in it. Like it looks great. And then there's another one after that. And then they go back, I think, and they did some ones where he's like a kid. Like the Fletch 1, W-O-N, was going to be the one that Kevin Smith was going to direct.
Okay.
They were going to go back and do that where he was a kid.
Oh, that's right. I remember hearing that.
But he was going to be like a younger Fletch.
Yeah.
And so that was good.
I saw a movie. It's it's a werewolf movie.
Which one?
It was actually pretty good. Let me see if I can find it.
While you're looking for that, have you watched the Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers movie?
Fuck yeah, I have.
Wasn't that so fucking good?
It was so good. So they didn't get permission to have Sonic in their movie.
I don't know, they didn't.
So what they...
Oh, Ugly Sonic?
Yeah. So the thing is...
Do you know about the Ugly Sonic, though?
It's a parody. So
no,
that's the way they got around it.
It is and it isn't.
Well, they said it's a parody.
Well, no, it is. Do you know what happens? Do you know about why that Sonic was in there?
Why?
Okay, so when they released what the Sonic was going to look like originally.
Oh no, yeah,
it was going to be that.
Yeah.
And
every
bullied them into like, hey, once you go fucking spend some extra money and make the Sonic look good, which I think the Sonic in the movie looks fine. The one that they ended up with, looks good.
Looks exactly.
It looks better than that thing.
So
ugly Sonic.
Yeah. So the Sonic in the that we see in Rescue Rangers, he's got bags under his eyes. And always has that beer belly, and they always make sure that you see some of the beer belly and the baggy eyes. And they always refer to him as Ugly Sonic because he's a parody of Sonic. That's why they were able to use him in the movie
because it's a parody.
And then they asked the directors about it, and he goes, "I don't want to say anything because I don't want to like."
It's Akiva Schaffer. It's Lonely Island
because I don't want to say anything to jeopardize the movie itself. It's a parody, and they just leave it at that because if they say anything about it or they say Sonic. And not Ugly Sonic?
Because they'll everybody else who gave permission was like, yeah, you're not going to make fun of us. And they're like, no. And then I think they told them the joke that they were going to use.
Yeah. But man, that was so good.
I kept calling Peter Pan. We went to the Disneyland the week after we saw it. And I'm like, Emily, what's up? We were on Peter Pan. I'm like, what's up? I'm going to go see Sweet Pete.
So, there's a problem with... Disney fans.
They're making a big deal. I heard about this.
Yeah.
But if you watch that, they don't make light of it. They tell them, like, this is what fucking happened to that guy.
Yeah. So, because that poor boy who played Peter Pan, who did the voice.
But they weren't making fun of it. They were
an alcoholic.
No, he was a heroin addict and died in the fucking park in New York.
At 31.
At 31, yeah.
And he was buried in an unmarked grave because nobody wanted to collect his body.
Really?
Oh, you didn't know that part?
I didn't know that part of it.
Yeah. So, no, it's terrible.
I watched a documentary called Pick It Up, Ska in the 90s.
Ooh, that sounds cool.
It was on Canopy. I've been waiting for that one for a while.
Yeah.
It was good. Okay, so I watched this movie called Jubilee.
It was about Jubilee?
No.
Oh.
It is a punk rock movie that I've never even heard of in my life.
Okay.
And it's got Adam Ant in it, and all the girls like Vivian Westwood and Jordan and all those ones, right, are in it. But you watch the beginning of it, and it is literally the opening to Sandman.
Okay.
Where what happens in this story is
there's
the queen
group and the
there's a queen and I forgot who it is, but it's played by Riff Raff.
Okay.
Riff Raff is in this movie. And they summon someone there into the room, but now they don't keep them locked up like he does. But it lines up. Because it's the same era of punk rock that Neil would have been into.
Really? What is it? Jubilee?
It's called Jubilee, and it's like an arty house. It's a gay movie too.
Okay.
And it's very much there's a lot of gay men in this movie. And the guy who made it, he was like a big, like gay filmmaker.
Okay.
And not in like a derogatory way. I don't know. This is the only movie I've seen, and I did a little bit of research on it because I was like, "What the fuck is this?" Like, I've never even heard of it before.
So you tell me you on your free time watch gay films, gay flicks? Got it.
When I'm not, I didn't know what it was going into it, but I would.
A lot of men say that for us.
I've been in situations, but it looks like that whole part, and that part where Dream is talking to, Death at the end of the first novel, the graphic novel. It looks like they filmed some parts there because that's in England also, right?
Yeah, I think that was, or maybe it was New York.
It
was at a central. It was at a park.
Oh, it was in Central. That was in Central Park. Never mind then. Yeah. But like you watch this and you're like, oh, holy fuck, this is that.
Dude, okay, I'm gonna take a look at it.
It's on HBO Max, I believe. I watched it on TCM because I was just flipping through TCM to see what they had on there. And I'm like, fucking, this is a punk rock movie I've never seen. But nobody big is in it that I like. The Slits appear in it, but they're not in it. Susie appears in it. Adam Ant's in it, and these aren't people I'm big on. When you
said the Slits, I thought you were just talking about like just a group of gals.
That is a group of gals.
I saw a film on HBO Plus.
What was that?
Top Secret. Do you know what movie that is?
I know what Top Secret is.
With Val Kilmer?
Yes.
Yeah. How good is that movie?
You've never seen that before?
No.
He's young. Oh, that's like his first movie.
He is young.
That is 100% his first
charming.
movie.
He's like dancing.
Because you don't like Val Kilmer.
Not really.
You don't.
Yeah.
That's why I never got that because, and I don't know what you saw him outside of Batman. I don't know what you saw him in outside because have you seen Willow?
No, because I have a fear of
little people.
Little people.
But
after watching The Leprechaun, I feel like I need to watch Willow.
I think I can get through Willow now, guys.
Yeah.
I can do Willow.
Especially with the new movie coming out.
Well, the other thing we're going to have to do, so towards the end of the year we'll do Willow, but we also have to do Avatar. Because Avatar's coming out towards the end of the year.
The Last Airbender?
No.
Oh,
the shitty James Cameron one.
Yeah. You never seen it?
Nope.
Okay. It's got Sam Worthington in it.
I know you.
I used to love Sam Worthington.
I know you did.
He hasn't done much though.
It's like he wasn't a good actor or something.
No, dude, he's a really good actor. So is Eric Bana.
Eric Bana is Monterey Jack in that Rescue Rangers movie.
Oh, yeah, he is. Also, speaking of which...
Did you see what they have on HBO Max?
I watched it last night.
How is it?
I watched the first 3 episodes.
How is it?
Fucking perfect, dude.
The time travel's right.
Fucking
is it
perfect.
Better than,
it is so good.
I was like, oh, this is gonna be a lot more like graphic than the book. The movie was
it's just like the book.
I haven't read the book in 12 years.
There's a part in the book where like it's just like a paragraph that they mention, like where Henry goes back in time when he's like 16, and he ends up blowing himself, and he's just like this kind of like weird kind of thing that like,
they do that.
They showed it on the thing. And then, like, he talks about it. It's like, I was 16. What do you want? Like, he was like, you tell me you wouldn't do that when you're blah, blah, blah. And, like, but, like, they kind of show it, and, like, his dad walks in and sees, like, Henry. And then, like, Henry goes, Dad. And then, like, the other one comes up out of the covers and goes, Dad. And they're like, what the fuck? But, like, they bring it up. And it's, like, this is just a small part of the book that you could easily just skip and just go on. But they throw it in the show. And then they're doing a good job, like, when Henry's mom dies and, like, they're in the car scene. Like, that's Henry's first moment where he time travels. But you see all the other Henrys around, like, watching the whole thing. And they all try to comfort him, tell him that he can't stop it. And, like, dude, they do a really good job. The emotion on that show is really good. Oh, dude, it's great.
So I was going to start it, and then I'm like, oh, the kids are around. I forgot. I don't remember. I know there's some fucking in it, but...
yeah, and then plus, like, in this one, they don't shy away from, like, Henry traveling naked, because you see
that's
the actors...
That's the other thing. I was like, we're not showing my kid dong.
Yeah, and I think it's episode 3, there's a scene about, like,
him blowing
rape.
himself?
No, it's a rape with Claire, and, like, so it's kind of like this.
Or is that whole part, yeah.
Yeah, so,
like, that was kind of a thing.
Yeah, so, but overall, dude, like, they really did a really good job with the book so far.
Okay. Have you started Stranger Things yet?
Oh, is it out?
Season 4.
I haven't seen it yet, no.
Yes, it's good so far. And then I watched one thing that I was happy I was able to make it through because it was a really good set.
Catwoman Hunted?
No.
Oh.
It is Norm Macdonald's last special.
Oh!
He recorded it himself.
I heard about it, but...
And then so they do, it's like 50-something minutes of him doing this special.
Uh-huh.
And then afterwards, it's Dave Chappelle, David Letterman, Molly Shannon, David Spade, Adam Sandler, and I forgot who else is talking about it. And watching it being like, oh, like, hey, we got this one last thing with our buddy. Oh, Conan.
Oh, okay.
And it's them talking about it. It's good. It's really, really good. There's one moment where you're like, oh, he knows he's dying.
Yeah.
You can just tell, like, when he's talking about his mom at the end of it at one point, and he just kind of looks off to the side, and you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
But it's good. He talks about how, yeah, people in World War II are good people. They fought Hitler. I mean, not fist fighting with Hitler. He didn't get a fist fight with Hitler. But then they've got different values, and it doesn't always work out. Like, at one point, I thought I was a girl, and I went to my dad and told him this, and he goes, "Don't you have a cock?" And he goes, but then my dad had a gender neutral restroom in his house. Because I used it, and my sister used it, and my brother used it, and my mom used it. And he was a little like... It was a little weird because he was kind of like...
Dying?
Well, no, he looks okay. But so what it is he's about to have surgery the next day.
Oh, okay. For
something, and he's like... he wanted to go through his set.
Yeah.
And he does it all in one take.
Oh, okay.
He gets interrupted once by his dog and then once by his phone, and he waits for the dog and then, like, resets his joke. And then he answers the phone call and goes, "I'm doing a comedy special right now. I'm going to call you back for the TV."
That's cool.
But it's good. It's not his best. He was still, you can tell he was still kind of polishing it, but he wanted to get what he had out. And it's really good. I was going to fucking, like, break down and be like, fuck it. Because I can't, like, Phil Hartman stuff is hard to watch. So.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So yeah, this was really good. I hope he has more stuff like this that they have. I hope there's more stuff that they're able to find and just release more Norm stuff because he had so much fucking funny shit.
Yeah. What was it? I saw 2 Japanese movies.
Which ones?
One is the first Lone Cub and Wolf.
I like that one. That's a good one.
Yeah, and then I haven't seen it, so I was like shocked because
there's like 4 or 5 of them on HBO Max.
Yeah, that's why I was like, oh, you want? I haven't seen this one, and I was watching it like, no, I haven't seen it at all.
There's one where they edit the first 2 together, I think. Also, and that's the one is that the one you saw?
That's the one I saw.
And so then you
watched it wasn't this one because this one is like. It starts off kind of the same, but then like there's chunks of like this. I've never seen this part.
There's chunks of they just took those first 2 movies and made one giant movie.
Okay.
And it's like Sword of Vengeance or something like that.
Yeah.
That's what I think that's what it's called.
And then I saw a Japanese movie called Housu, or House.
Is that the one with the eyes in the background?
No.
Oh, okay.
So it's about this haunted house and these people like live in it, and then like there's like it's just weird but fun weird and like Japanese weird. Like at one point there's this ghoul's head that just kind of like floats out of nowhere, and this girl runs and she trips and she falls, and then the ghoul's head starts like chomping on her butt, and it's just like, what are we watching right now? But
was it HBO Max?
No, I found it on YouTube.
That should go in there for what the fuck year.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because I'm compiling my.
I got some weird movies.
I got some stuff I'm compiling to be like, what the fuck? Yeah, that's gonna be fun. I have nothing else though.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Do you have anything else?
I saw the Catwoman Hunted.
How was that? Is it When in Rome essentially?
Kind of.
But she's not in Rome.
But it's an anime, which I did not expect it to be an anime.
Well, did you watch the Batman anime?
I did.
I liked it.
I liked it. This one was like it's like that sexy anime where like the girls are always kind of like half teasing each other, and like Batwoman's there and she's like watching Catwoman getting like turning her on, and then Catwoman's like, I'm gonna get in the bubble bath. You want to join or you just want to watch? And then she's like, all right, I'm out of here. But like it's just this weird thing, and Catwoman's tits are barely covered by the bubbles, and it's like. Cool, but like, okay.
So not appropriate for my child.
Yeah, it's like they over sexualize certain things that you're like, I get what you're trying to do because like that's kind of their character, but like you're making it a bit too much that it's like, just like what is this going on? Because it's borderline porn right now.
Here's what happens: Catwoman doesn't like if Catwoman's pussy is a baseball, she doesn't throw it at people. Like she doesn't peg people as they're walking by with her pussy. She kind of sits there with her glove. And just kind of throws the ball. Yeah, you can see it, and she's catching it in front of you, and she'll throw it up in the air and catch it.
Yeah.
Kind of do some tricks, like she'll throw it behind her back and catch it over here, and she'll kind of throw it and like kind of grab it underhand. Yeah. But no, she doesn't peck people with her vagina.
Yeah, that's what this would seem like. All right, calm down. But it's pretty good. Like the fightings are cool because obviously they're anime, but
yeah,
it was different.
Hey, Jimmy.
Hey, Forrest.
All right, so next week we're gonna watch Three Amigos.
That's the one with Donald Duck and the 2 parrots, right?
No, that is Three Caballeros.
Oh shit.
It has Chevy Chase, Martin Short, and my favorite, Steve Martin.
I've seen bits of this movie growing up. Never seen the whole thing. I'm actually kind of excited.
Next week.
Well, that's going to do it for the episode this week. If you have any questions or comments, you can hit us up at our Instagram
at YHBlankThat.
Or you can email us at yhblankthat@gmail.com.
Bye.
Bye.